Already, what's good? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Mixa. I got Dren and I got Bobby Buck on the phone. I'm about to hear the interview. First off, I would like you to introduce yourself. You know what I'm saying, and tell them how you got your name and where you came from with that, or did somebody give it to you, or did you come up with it yourself, or what was that start?
Well, what's up there? What's up to the world? What's up, Ross? Hey, Mr. Mixa, thank you for even, getting an interview with me. We good. For as who I am, I'm from Malvern, Arkansas, population 9,000. I decided to get in my car one day and go to California and have a better life. There's not really a big story behind it. I just got out here and left and was homeless for a long time. And I decided that Arkansas didn't have the industry that I wanted. I love Arkansas, all that stuff, but it's just like I was at a point after 15 years in the game, Power 82 didn't want to play my music. They played me at one point, but there's no industry. So I just got in the car and went to Cali. That's pretty much the whole story. My name, Dren Calisas, my name is Adrian, and I just flipped that to Dren. And then Calisas is C-A-L-I, which is Cali, and S-A-S, the last letters of Arkansas. So I took Cali in Arkansas and came up with the name Calisas. A lot of people think it's an Italian name, but it's so not Italian. It's just half of my life I lived in Arkansas and half of my life I lived in Cali. And I just put the last three letters of Arkansas and the first four letters of California and made a word called Calisas. And Dren is from a derivative of my real name, Adrian. Boom. That's it.
That's dope, bro. I didn't even know that, and that's good to know, That's dope.
Hey, Bobby Buck is on the phone too. Buck, how did you get your name? Buck, how did you get your name too? This is gonna be funny. Hey, Mixa, this is gonna be funny. How you got his name?
Man. Hello, everybody out there listening and all that stuff. This is Bobby Buck from Malvern, Arkansas, and yeah, man, I was back there. I had I was in the first rap group called the Rapping Nerds in Malvern, and it was me and Aaron Simpson, which he is, rest in peace. He's the man who got me in the game back in the day. That's back in the 80s. We was doing some of this stuff. So back in 82, I think 82, 83, we started messing around with it because we seen the Fat Boys, Run DMC, and all that stuff. But some of y'all listening don't know who that is. but anyway, we was in high school, our first year in high school, and some people older than us was jonesing on us. Capping, we all call it talking about each other. But anyway, it was me, Aaron Simpson, and Chris Henson. And there's another guy named William Buck. We call him Blue. So I was always rapping and taking him class. One rapper named Bobby Jimmy. It's called Bobby Jimmy and the Critters.
Look at all these roaches.
Look at all these roaches. All in everywhere. So I was rapping one day. And he said, "You old Bobby Buck, you rapping low." And then he called Aaron, "You aiming A," and then he called Chris, "You chilling C." So aiming A, Bobby Buck, and chilling C, we became the Rapping Nerds in Malvern, Arkansas. So thanks to William Butler, aka Blue from the Malvern, hey, that's how I got my name, and it stuck all these years.
Hey, that's dope, bro. That's dope. And I didn't even know that. That's what up, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of people don't even know that. And it's like people all the time be asking me like, what does Calisas mean? I'm like, man, I'm representing Arkansas. My name is there. You got people be like, oh, you represent Arkansas, the boy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, my name represents Arkansas. It's a derivative of Arkansas. So, but I just never had an interview to tell anybody why I had this name that I have, so. And I'm glad you even hit me up for the interview, because I'm like, I think a lot of people would appreciate a lot of the stuff I do, like, that I'm representing the A-State in my name. You feel me? So I didn't run off on the plug. I'm not one of those run off on the plug type of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing me. But yeah, that's kind of my thing, man. I just left Arkansas. It wasn't even really no story behind it. I just was so frustrated. I sold a lot of records in Hot Springs. What's Up, the Quick One? Quick One bought hella beats for me. At one point, I was probably provide most beats for Hot Springs than anybody. Quick One can confirm that. The Malveradas, I don't know if you remember the Malveradas movement and all that stuff, but I was probably the main beat maker in that region for many years. And but the money, I mean, it's not there. It's not that it's just not there. Like, you can't charge somebody $150 for a beat in Hot Springs. It's just not going to work because the economy is so fucked up in Arkansas. You know, you can Google the stats. Arkansas, I think, is like number one in top 5 or the worst economic states in the country. So you can't sell no beats for $1.50 in Arkansas. Your homeboys ain't trying to pay you that shit. So I just said, fuck it, I'm out. I want to see if this ticket is true. You feel me? I want to see if I go to California where my talent is compared to what the fuck these niggas doing, which obviously they did, you know. And I'm just like, I wouldn't have known if I'd have stayed in Arkansas. I love Arkansas. Shit, my kids is there, my mama, everybody. But there's no industry there. So you have to make a decision. Am I going to stay and weather out the storm, or am I going to go where the fruits are plenty? And you got to make a decision. That's no disrespect to my state. That's like, I'm tired of being hungry. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of not being paying my car note, my rent, worrying about fucking all this shit. Just go with it, and it worked out. So my experiment worked out. That said, I still pay homage to my state through my name. That's why it's Calisas, half Cali, half Arkansas. So that's kind of my story. I'm not jaded. I'm not upset with nobody. I don't give a fuck about what nobody think about me. I know in my position in Melbourne, Arkansas, I sold cities out of my trunk. People still got cities. Hot Springs, Arkadelphia, Benton, all the shit, Little Rock. That wasn't enough. I wanted a happy life. I wanted fulfillment from doing what I love to do. I had to go to LA, and who I am. That said, motherfuckers in Arkansas, talented, the most talented group of people I've ever seen. But 90% of those talented people ain't going nowhere because no one ever showed them how to go anywhere with it. They don't even fucking know what to do. Half the niggas I know in Arkansas don't know nothing about ASCAP, BMI, motherfucking copyrighting their music. They don't even know nothing about this shit. They're just making music nonstop. I'm sorry to take over the interview, but it's sitting on my chest. You feel me? I'm just saying, half the niggas I talk to back home don't know nothing about the industry, but they rap every day, but have no idea. And when I came to LA, these niggas is lacing lawyers and shit like, you gonna get sued for this, that, and the third. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, you must be a country boy. That's how they look at us in LA, like, yo, some country ass niggas don't know what the fuck you doing. And so many ways they're right, because I didn't know this shit until after I came to LA. Now it's like, you know, I got enlightened. That ain't no disrespect to my state, because I am my state. I will always be of Arkansas. I came from those seats. But unless I left LA to get enlightenment, I would still be in Malvern selling CDs out of my trunk, talking about I'm the best rapper in the town, when now I'm trying to be the best rapper in the world. I got a global fan base. So that's kind of, you know, and it's frustrating because I know so many rappers from Arkansas that are doper than me. And they don't know what to do with their talents. They just sitting there. Half these niggas should have blew up when they were 16 and now they 30-something years old and they still ain't blew. I'm like, this shit is like, it's a crime against humanity. It is. Bro. Yeah. I'm sure. Buck, take the mic, Buck. Take the mic. Ross, you take the mic. No, matter of fact, you interview. Yeah, he got the question. What's the next question? I'm saying, I didn't take it, ran off, unplugged.
Hey, Buck, you got something to say, Buck?
Yeah, man. No, he said it all.
Okay, yeah, he did a lot of points.
Yeah, he did, and I agree with it. But like say, like even me myself, like you know, people always talk about faith, but you have to do faith. You can't talk about it. You have to do it. And people got to understand, like with me, when I came here, like say, I ended up becoming an activist. And I came in for entertainment. So within the entertainment, you go travel, go on different journeys, but you have to be open-minded. And like I said, I got tapped into the spiritual part of life. And so by me being where I am now, I had to take some detours in order to get to be where I am now. And I got a lot of things going on that people don't even know about, but I kind of slide on through because I came here. I tell people I got a quote. I make quotes and phrases, but one of my main ones is when I jumped out the Greyhound, then I became sober here. I said I came here a drunk with a dream until I tripped over reality and found my purpose. And so most people got to understand, what is your purpose? If you dig down and try to figure out their purpose first, then go push forward within the entertainment. Who knows? You might not meant to be a rapper or a beat maker or whatever it is you want to do in entertainment. It might be something else. You have a purpose set before your life to do, along with what you're attempting to do. Because sometimes people try to chase their passion and don't know what their purpose is. So people need to be more open-minded and be listening to some people who can give them advice.
Exactly, but
on how to get there, but if they don't want to listen because they think they know more, I don't care how tight you are. But if you don't listen, because I ain't saying I'm the smartest person in the world, but I listen to the right people to help me get to where I am. And another thing, like you said earlier about run off on the plug, respect and integrity goes further than people trying to hustle and get over in each other.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one of the main things I want to put out there when I speak to people. And that's what we're setting up out here, what's getting ready to happen. We're going to create a structure, a platform for people who want to go to the next level, but you got to go through some things, no matter what. You got to go through some things. That's
real talk. Everybody wants to talk nowadays. No one wants to listen. And listen, just the word listen gives you some kind of feeling, right? Like if I say right now, Mr. Mixer, you need to listen to me. You already gonna be on the defensive end, right? Because with the tone of my voice, like, you need to listen to me. And that's gonna give you, but at the same time, man, you ain't gotta interact with them, just listen. Just like, they might have some good stuff that might apply to your life. Like you might not supposed to be a beat maker or engineer. You might supposed to be just a good husband to your wife. Who knows? But I'm saying you won't know that until you listen. You got to listen to your woman, listen to your kids, listen to your people, your peers. Like, they're going to navigate you to where the fuck you're supposed to be going. You know what I'm saying? If it's all about me, and I, that ain't going to get you nowhere. Like, you might supposed to be the next president of the United States, but you making beats. You don't know until you listen to people, because you can only see the world through your eyes. You can't see them through it. But at the end of the day, the world, and I'm not saying, because, you probably got haters. I got haters, and people hating on me, all kinds of shit. I don't give a fuck. But you have to sit there and analyze how much of that is bullshit and how much is it. Distinguish between the fact and the fiction. If everybody's telling you, Sid Ross, your beat sucks, Mr. Mixer, fuck you. And you sitting like, take that all. You can't just do that. It might be another person say, you amazing. Like, I think you're the only producer I even fuck with nowadays. But I might say this, it might be people Hot Springs, Arkansas, be like, oh, he sucks. But you got to take that and really see what's fact and fiction. Do you think you're good? I'm telling you you're good. You know you're good. Buck knows you're good. But if you don't take our word for it, take more opinions from somebody from New Hampshire or in Iowa. Who fucking knows? And then you got to make your final analysis of what the information you've been given from the world. And that will determine your future. Like that's the situation I was in, because I had so many haters with this Jodeci shit. It's ridiculous. Jodeci split up and they were blaming me for all this. And I'm like, what? And I took a blow for a while. That's why plastic took so long. I was confused, and I had to sit back and look at myself in the mirror. When you wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you look at yourself, and you feel in your heart of hearts that you're doing the right thing you're supposed to be doing with your life. That's the right decision. Based on the opinions from other people, based on your own opinion of yourself, based on your family. It could be your sister. It could be anybody. All this information you've taken in, that's like you study for a test. When you were in high school, he read all these history books, right? All this stuff about George Washington and slavery, all this shit, right? You get all this information, but you got to make your own final analysis. What really happened with slavery? Why are we over here? Why are black people in America? You got to make your final analysis and live by that. Not based on anybody's opinion. Take everybody's opinion in, process it, and then you move from there. But acknowledge that people, if somebody says something bad about you, it's a reason they said it. Why did they say it about you? Why did they say you shouldn't be doing music? Why did they say you should be doing this and that other with your life? Why did they say these things? It's something that had to inspire them to say those things to you that hurt your feelings or whatever it did to you. Why did they say that? And then when you get to the root of the problem and the root of why they said it, that's when you make your analysis off of that, not on what they said, or make your analysis on why they said it.
Yep, I feel that.
And then you come with your big picture, and then you make a move and you execute the plan. And my plan was, I listen to everybody in Arkansas, like, Dren, you ain't going nowhere. You doing this, you doing that. I'm like, fuck all what y'all saying, but thank you for the information. And my final analysis was go to California, and it worked. Not based on what they said or what they didn't say. It's just I took in what they said, I process my own life, my own childhood, my upbringing, my rights and wrongs, my problems, everything I did, all the shit. You got to, that's like making spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? Some people use turkey beef when they make spaghetti. Some people use ground beef. So who fucking knows? It's a mixed bag of nuts. Life is a mixed bag of nuts. But you got to take it all. If you make spaghetti and it don't taste good, well, next time you don't do it different. And then you make your analysis and then you execute the plan. You know, when you decide this is what I'm here for, whether you're supposed to be a producer or a preacher or the next president, you have to take insight from everybody. Like you're doing it for me and Buck right now. Take the insight in, process it, and then you make your move. It's chess, not motherfucking checkers. It's chess.
Yep. You got to really learn that basically. You want to play chess or checkers. That's all.
And there's too many people playing checkers in the life of chess. And that's why niggas is falling off all this. I'm disappointed in so much shit right now. I know so many artists that should be way bigger than they should be right now. And I'm sitting like, that simple thing we just talking about right now, only you at the end of the day can know what you're here for, right? But you have to consider the opinions of other people. Like, I'm not the best rapper in the world, but my sales will crush most rappers you know. Why? Because I'm the best rapper? No, because I make the best decisions. I got fans in fucking Poland. Why? Because I made the best decision. I think I did go to California. If I didn't go to Cali, boom, and they met Devontae, you wouldn't have the, you know what I'm saying? It just, a lot of people have benefited from that because me making the right decision. It's called using your best judgment and your best thinking. Buck taught me that. He said, use your best judgment, your best thinking. That's all you can do. Nobody's perfect. Nobody really knows the answer at the end because we all gonna die. We all gonna die, right? At the end of the day, Prince said it best, and he dead too. We all gonna die in the end. But throughout your life, the purpose of life is to be as happy as you can be every day that you can be. As happy as possible in this environment that we living in. That's the point. Whether you're a producer or this is bigger than music. This is way bigger than music, entertainment. This is big. This is up in the clouds. This is spiritual. What are you supposed to be in life? Do you know what you're supposed to be in your heart of hearts? Are you doing what you should be doing? And also, are you happy? And if you're not, it's time to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate. And how you reevaluate is listening with people around you, your peers. They're going to tell you, you suck, or you're good, or you're bad, or this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my kids don't even talk to me. Do I think I'm a good father? Yes. I love them to death. They don't call me. Whatever. I can't do nothing about that. So I got to go my best thinking and keep moving. I love my kids to death. My kids ain't called me since last year. Am I upset about that? No. Their opinion of me is I'm this, and I had to take that and reevaluate it. Like, am I a bad father? Am I a bad person? For many years, I got depressed because my kids didn't call me. And I had to really stop, self-sabotaging myself. Like, okay, that's their opinion. But that's not God's opinion. In God's eyes, I'm perfect. In my kids' eyes, I'm not. And that's okay. Like, it could be your girlfriend. It could be your wife. You're not perfect. You're doing this and you're doing this. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you have to look into that mirror every morning when you brush your teeth, look in that mirror, and what do you see? I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
Hey, that's real, man. That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
I got a few more.
My bad.
Okay, let's do it. No, we good.
It's a whole lot where that came from, man. It's built up anger. You feel me?
Hey,
it's coming out.
Man, them wise words, bro. Wise words. A lot of youngins need to hear that for real. You might save a lot of lives for real.
Yeah, real shit, man.
Okay, so question number 2. What musical influences inspire you?
Tupac.
From
Tupac. It was so crazy. I get a lot of references to Tupac in my flow. The true story, it's a guy named Button. Buck, you remember Button from Malvern, right? He sang around popcorn all the time.
Yeah.
I was in high school, and Button came to school. That's where we even had CDs. Had a cassette tape. It's called Tupacalypse now. Tupac's first tape before we had CDs. He came to school one day, and I was in class, and Button was like, yeah, man, this is Tupac, woo, right? I was like, who is Tupac? I couldn't still name. I was saying Tupac like everybody else. Like, when he first came out, everybody called him Tupac. They didn't know who the fuck this nigga was. I heard that. I said, remember back in the day, you used to borrow people's tapes and borrow your tape and dub it and bring it back to you tomorrow. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I took Button tape home, to dub it. He kept talking about it was so good. I listened to it, and I was like, Jesus Christ. And what's so crazy is that when I heard Pac tape, gave it back to Button because he was mad at me because I took him a week. You know how niggas are. We don't give shit back on time. And everybody was telling me that I sound like Tupac. And I heard his name before Button gave me the tape. It was like, you sound like Tupac. They were saying I sound like Tupac before I even knew who Tupac was. To clear that fucking shit. My voice has never always been the same or whatever. I heard Tupac. I think, Buck, you got a similar story with Tupac. And I was just like, damn. I was like, this dude sounds like me, but everybody's like, you sound like him. And then I became a Tupac fan. That's borrowing his cassette tape. And it influenced me because I loved how he rapped. And it wasn't about bullshit. It wasn't about, it just was about real lyrical content. And at that point, Pac was going through a lot with the police and the Black Panther movement was going on. There's a whole lot going on with this guy. And everything else that I grew up on was like the Fat Boys. Like, the Fat Boys are back and, we'll never be right. That's whack ass. I mean, whatever. I'm just saying that's what I grew up on. And the ultramatic MCs and shit like that. We just talking about hip-hop, breakdancing and shit. Pac was the first one to come with that real, like, there's a problem and I'm going to address it through music. He was the first one. Arabian Rakim, yes, but no. Arabian Rakim was more, it was like, the ledge, all that shit. Yeah, I get it. But Pac is one that went into your feelings. He got into niggas' feelings.
For real now.
Yeah, he's the first one to go into Arabian Rakim. They stayed on a superficial layer of lyrics. Like, the streets are bad and the streets are just sad and all. We get it. But Pac was like, you know what I'm saying? He went into your feelings like, my mama told me this and fuck this world, all this shit. So he's like, damn. He went all in and that influenced me. That's my biggest influence. Other than that, my other influence other than Tupac is Alanis Morissette. She came out with an album called A Jagged Little Pill. And I dated this Korean girl and where the fuck she's from? Conway, Arkansas. And she always played Alanis Morissette every time she was mad at me, right? And I was like, why is she playing this? I actually listened to Alanis Morissette. And she's one of those artists that bashes males all the time. But I listened to what she was saying, and she was true. A lot of shit I seen that I was doing wrong. That's why all my relationships weren't working out. I was running around, cheating on girls, all this shit, the same nigga shit that everybody do. And I'm like, how do I stop this? How do I break these chains of failed relationships, of failed life? And I listen to Alanis Morissette, and niggas don't like her music. But I tell you what, listen to her. Back to the analogy we used in the first question. You got to take everybody's opinion and then you make your own. And Alanis Morissette was telling niggas how it really goes down, like why women really feel. So Alanis Morissette and Tupac are my number one, two. My third favorite artist is Kurt Cobain. It's too long a story for that, but Nevermind. His album called Nevermind. That's my favorite album of all time. But Tupac, Alanis Morissette, Kurt Cobain. After Kurt Cobain, it gets a little dicey there. Thinking, wow, there's a whole lot after that. But those are my top three. Kurt Cobain, Tupac, and Alanis Morissette. They influenced me. That's why my music is kind of dark, and that's why it's kind of emotional. If you notice on the America album I just dropped, I mentioned the word gun one time on the whole album, and that was telling people not to use guns on the whole album, 20 tracks. So they influenced me because I saw that there's another way to communicate with people without being braggadocious, right? Like, I'm the shit, I'm gonna kill everybody, I'm a gangster. Like, that shit is so fucking whack. And Pac, that's why he's beloved, because he got that concept down, that I can communicate with my people without sabotaging my people, without saying it's cool to be a gangster, it's cool to go out and kill. Pac was the first one to say, man, it's okay to be mad because you mad. Not be mad because you bragging and people don't like you and this hood don't like you, and that hood don't like you, and you're not from Arkansas, not Cali. Like, it's universal. People in England love Tupac. People in Poland love Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So he showed me, like, you can communicate with the world by using substance, not bullshit.
Right.
Okay.
Man.
Well, I tell you what, kind of like me and Dren say, me and him kind of parallel each other and stuff like that. And I didn't know that till we both got out here. I didn't know he liked Tupac like that. And just one day, I'm like, dog. So, but what happened with me on the same thing was back in the day, because my two favorite artists are Tupac and Prince. And then also with comedians, Rudy Ray Moore, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, and stuff like that. But with the Tupac story, how that happened with me, I was living in the projects in Hot Springs. I've been gone. I can't remember what street it was on. It's down the street from the Dodge store. I remember that, and I missed the Dodge store though. But
yeah,
missed that store. But
hey, they ain't even got it.
We gotta have a part 2. Hey, Ross. Hey.
Wait. He said it ain't there no more. Hold on.
What?
Yeah, they trying to make it bigger. They trying to make it bigger, and they taking forever to build it. It's been like 6 months. You know they heard him without that chicken.
Yeah, Dodge stuff. We have a Dodge stuff song next time. But anyway, I live in a project up there, and it was my homegirl, her name Brittany Stone, and everything. And it's me and my baby mama, Lady Marshall, we living over there together. And that's when I was at my wildest back in them days, them 20s. I was ignorant. Okay, but no, I ain't gonna get real, But I'm gonna say, but anyway, the way I used to act, she came to me and told me, you need to listen to Tupac. And I was like, Dren, I said, Tupac, what's a Tupac? What the hell is that? He said, no, you need to listen to him. He rap about the same type of stuff you talk about and do. I was like, yeah, whatever. Me, I'm drunk all the time. So I'm in my own world. I'm in my own zone. Ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody think like me. So I put that CD in. I went, God damn. So then I fell in love with him and all this stuff with his music and what he was saying. I always kept on playing his music and stuff. And then one day me, her, and my homeboy Big T, my baby mama, we was all riding to Memphis one night. And this is when we found out that he got killed. And when he got killed, that's when we found out that's when he died. While I going up to Memphis, I'll never forget it. And I was like, oh, man, okay. And then my other thing is Prince. And what was so special with him is my friend, like I said, Aaron Simpson, one who got me in the game. I was going through my drunkenness and everything, going crazy. And he let me move in with him and his wife. And he did video work. He did bomb video work and stuff and everything. So they gave him free tickets to go to the Prince concert. But he's doing the video for the concert. So for him and his wife. Then to come to find out, he said, look, my wife don't want to go. So maybe your dream come true. You get to see Prince. Yeah, I'm like, are you for real? She don't like Prince? Then I was like, well, good, she don't. It worked out for me. So then I went to him, and I said, man, you want me to help you out with the video work? Want me to help you out with something, man? Because I'm trying to show him, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. He said, nah, but you have free reign. Do what you want to. Sit where you want to. I'm like, what? So when he came out, I was like, okay. So when he first came out, I was in the front by the stage, by everybody else and everything, checking them out. Then I went to the back, I was checking them out. Then I went to the top of the bleachers, and I was looking down. I was sad, and I didn't want to do no entertainment no more. I was through with it. And then I seen Prince down there just doing his thing. And then I looked down at him. I said, wow, he's rocking this whole stadium. He ain't but 4 foot tall. So I said, if that little sucker can do it, I can do it.
Right.
And this was me back into it. And I went through a whole lot of stuff before I got here to be where I am. But he was instrumental in me saying, go to the next, keep pushing. And that's what, that's what I did. So Prince and Tupac. And Tupac is also instrumental in what I'm doing in Skid Row. Because I always said, when he died, I was drinking, I was drunk, I was drinking.
Hey, Buck, tell me what Skid Row is. A lot of listeners might not know what Skid Row is, Buck. I didn't know what it was.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
He might not even know what Skid Row is.
Right. Okay, Skid Row is the homeless capital of the United States, especially Los Angeles. And it's a place where everybody comes from all over the world to see it, and some people come from all over the world to live there. And it's a place where, like a lot of entertainers come out here trying to make it. That's where a lot of entertainers end up, because people sleep outside on the concrete, some of them without blankets. And without tents, and some of them sleep in tents and things like that. They got shelters down there. I lived in 2 different shelters down there myself. I slept on the bus for a year.
This is real, man.
I slept in the tent and all that, but it was a spiritual journey, because in my mind, I think I always kind of wanted to live that lifestyle. I'm a free spirit, so I think it was meant. I know it was meant, because Skid Row turned out to be the biggest blessing in my life, because Skid Row helped me get to where I am. So that's why I got a strong heart for Skid Row. And what we're doing, I work with a lot of other big, strong activists down in Skid Row who we are fighting for the voiceless, for the people who are down on their luck, the people who are mentally ill, the people who are on drugs and alcohol. Because believe me, if I would have found Skid Row when I was in my addiction of drinking, I think Dren and everybody else would have lost me.
Yeah, that's real. That's real shit.